Fresh off a flight to Boston, got a BZ in Maryland that I pipe too often. Headed right to Austin, most likely flossing. Tight, exhausted, high as a forklift. Handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia or California. Either state you can get it. I done seen everywhere from Russia to Delaware. Trust me, I'm well aware. Barcelona to Berlin.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we'll see one of the more dangerous passing offenses. The Vikings are top 10 in passing TDs, and they go up against the Seahawks defense that will need to be on its game. So with that, let's get up to the new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We are on the eastern side of downtown Minneapolis at the gorgeous new U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Bridgewater on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's second down. Okay, Charles, the Vikings offensive starters, a former Ole Miss Rebel is a guy to watch, and that's Laquan Treadwell.
No doubt about it, and when you look at his speed, forget it. All right, just throw out that time stuff. Watch his play speed. He plays the game really fast and big and aggressively. They want to call him Megaquan. If he plays to that, he'll really help this Vikings team.
The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Calais Campbell is one of the tallest defensive ends in the league. Has the ability to get low and play the run, and adds excellent kick blocking ability.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On third down, Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. In the slot on the right is Graham. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now the 4th-year man from Texas A&M, Christian Michael. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
11 yards for number 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
on every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
To throw, Bridgewater. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Flush to his right. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's brought down after a good gain. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Shift together here from the D-line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Play fake to Peterson. Now Bridgewater. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. He completes it to Treadwell. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Let's go.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3. After letting them run that much offense.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
They'll run it now out of the gun. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Wilson, and able to find Graham, complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Trey Waynes is a very aggressive cover corner player, learning how to add off coverage to his game.
The slot man in motion right. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. This will be caught at about the 5. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
On the ground, it's Michael. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Christian Michael, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
might be a little gassed.
Yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
the gun. Bridgewater going deep here for Watkins. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
The throw left side complete to Treadwell. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Bridgewater again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. And the Seahawks had a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And he motions the wide receiver. They go play fake to Michael. Now Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. One receiver left is Hilton. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Wilson leaves for Michael on the draw. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
Third and long. It's Wilson. He'll dump it off to Procise. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here.
And the wideout in motion.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Christine Michael, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And oh, it's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive.